Yeah, of course you're gonna get my hand. There we go. I'm a little bit early, which never happens. So give everybody a few minutes to pop in and turn on my laptop. How are you guys? I missed last week. We were out of town. We went up to Bellingham and spent the weekend with our middle daughter and kind of had an early Father's Day celebration. So that was really fun. So yeah, so that was good. And our June kits have arrived, and I'm super excited about that. They're really pretty. I think that you guys are really gonna like them. So lots of bright colors that are not pink. So for those of you that have been waiting for no pink, we've got something good for you. And it's a super fun collection, something different than we've done before. So I'm gonna share that with you. And we're gonna create a little layout. So who's here? Just make sure, I wanna make sure that everybody can hear me. So if you're here, let me know if you can hear me okay. Leave a comment if you're here. Turn this on. My intention is always to have this set up before I start, but it never seems to happen. So we've got a sketch. Hi, Antonio, or Antonia. How are you? What time is it there? It's probably, what, 8 o'clock? 7 o'clock? You 8 or 9 hours ahead of us. Yeah, that's what I try to do. I try to find a time that will work for everybody, you know, so that those here in the US, it kind of hits either late morning or early afternoon and early evening in a lot of the other parts of the world. Asia and Australia, it's tricky because they're so far ahead of us. When it's daytime here, it's nighttime there. So yeah, so I've got a sketch. I even have photos printed. I'm trying to, my laptop is so weird. It has 2 ports for my charger, but only one of them works. And so I'll think I have it plugged in and I don't. Okay, let's see. Or I have it charging and I don't. Let's see if it's charging over here. Yes. So we're in good shape there. Don't want to hear myself. Find us. So have you guys had any time to do anything creative today or over the weekend? I always love Sundays. I look forward to it each week because it gives me a chance to kind of stop and do something creative, which is kind of nice. Okay, here we are. Here we are. You're in Oklahoma. Hi, Tina. It's so glad you could join us. So, yeah. Let's see what's happened this week. I know that they were late. Our May cut files have been added you've been using up some of your January and February kits for a double page. Awesome. People love double page layouts. In fact, Joanne did a beautiful one during our INSD Scrap Fest. So that was really cool. And I think that, you know, there's still a large number of people who do double page spreads. So that's always nice for people to see. So when you finish it up, be sure to share it in our Facebook group. And I love being able to mix our kits together. So I think, because we all know how long I run every time I do our lives, I always run really, I'm very windy and wordy, and I can chat forever. So one quick thing, there is a sketch for today's page. Do I have it? Okay, I do have it right side up. So this is the sketch that I'm going to be basing my page on. And you can download it on our website. So we've changed the way that we're kind of organizing our sketches. So if you go to our website and you log into your account, you just need to register on our website and you can download this for free. Just put in your email, add your password, log in. I think, let me double check, because I think they may be located under cut files and we may be changing that, but I think that's where they're at right now. But if you download it, you can print it out. And I know that there are a lot of people who like to keep a little binder with sketches in it, because if you're not feeling creative, that's a great, let's see. Yeah, they're under cut files. So a lot of people keep like a binder with their, with sketches in it, so that if you're not feeling particularly creative, you can just choose a sketch and use that as your jumping off point. And it just kind of jumpstarts your creativity, and you can, it gives you a place where, you know, you can start from. And yeah, so, and especially it's kind of nice because if you tend to do the same type of layouts over and over and over again, using a sketch. Hi, friend. It's good to see you. I've got, yeah, I'm glad you're here, because I've got our June kits that I'm going to share with you. Yeah, sketches, love them. So, and this is a super easy one. So grid designs are a go-to because it doesn't take a lot of brain power. My hair, oh, thank you. It's because my bangs grew out. I cut them with my scrapbook scissors not too long ago, and I really did a hatchet job on them. And my daughters were like, Mom, you got to quit cutting your own bangs. And I'm like, when I can't see through them, I got to cut them. Hi, Melissa. How are you? Yeah, so my bangs have grown out, but thank you. Appreciate that. And I actually did something to my hair today, which is kind of doesn't happen all the time. I cut it short, and you have to like kind of mess with it a little bit rather than just let it dry. So that's a new thing. Okay, so I am quickly going to turn my camera so that we can get started. I'm going to show you our June kits, which you're going to love. So give me 1 second to move my camera so that I can. Okay, hang on. Yep, see? Every time. Oh, nice. I think I'm undone. Good grief. Last week, sorry you guys, the Facebook wouldn't let me, or I mean YouTube, the last time I did this, YouTube would not let me start our live. I don't know why. And so then I had to change my camera setup so that I was set up to the orientation had to be set up to portrait instead of landscape, and it was completely annoying. So let me see where we're at. Are we? Just want to make sure I'm in the right direction. I am. Let's see if I can move this a little bit, and I want to zoom in a bit, so let's see if I can do that. Oh, how about that? I always move my glass mat because it's easier, and then I know where I'm supposed to be, and I just wiped all the glue off my glass mat, so that's always a plus. Okay, so I might be a little off center, but I think, okay. I think I'm good. All right, so let me go back here. You can see the glare of my lights. I apologize for that, but there's no way around it. I had soft boxes, and which were great, except for the fact that they took up so much space. So, and they didn't do a great job of lighting my desk. So, okay, don't want to get this wet. So, again, here is the sketch that we're going to work with today. And I am going to use our June kit. So let me quickly show you what's included and what everything looks like, because it's all really, really, really good. Okay, so I know the June kits are so good. Okay, so let me show you. I need to I've got them all kind of unpacked, so I need to be able to tell you what goes in which kits. So first of all, let's look at the papers. These are the papers for June, and each the main kit and our pattern paper add-on kit comes with one sheet of each design of our 12 by 12. So if you like to have doubles and you like stretching your kits a lot, grabbing our pattern paper add-on kit is a great option. Okay, so I'm gonna put these off. Here, let's do this. So I'm gonna show you the front and the back of each design. Let me see where I put my reading glasses. Gotta have them, or I can't read the names. Okay, so this one is called Ask Directions, and the B side is this awesome, I don't know, it's a geometric, I guess. But I love the way that the colors kind of ombre out into green, and also the width of each one of the squares or diamonds, depending on how you look at it. The width of the lines gets smaller out towards the outer side. So this would be an awesome background by being able to kind of situate your photo here and, you know, build your page off of the center part, especially because it gets less busy towards the outside. Okay, and then we've got Cityscape, and I love this one too. It's kind of a pastel skyline, and then on the background it is a tone-on-tone, well, it might be like kind of a light aqua blue with white little arrows. And then we have cross here, which is a striped square or diagonal square. And some of them are solid and some of them are striped. Love the, and then the B side, they look like it's white and it's got like a little, you know how when you look through your camera lens and you see the shutter guides through your lens? That's what it looks like to me. And those are gray, by the way. This one is called Detour Ahead, and it's got kind of a modern flower, and some of the flowers have a little crosshatch pattern inside. And then the B side of that one is kind of a peachy diagonal stripe. And then we have Going in Circles, and this is a concentric circle design in different colors, kind of citrus green and a kind of a grass green, orange, red, and navy blue. And then the B side on this one is a green arrow, and I love this. I love this color, by the way. Then this one is Hometown, and that one's great for a background. You can use it as it is, or you can, you know, kind of fussy cut into it and remove this and use this center part on a different page, or layer this onto another background and kind of, if you lift the edge up, you can kind of create a faux shadow box. This one is called It's a Sign, and it's got these sketchy little city icons, a taxi, a road map, I was here, city line, camera, let's go, a compass. Anyway, I think it's just tons of fun. And the reverse side is just this subtle gridded dot, and it's white with a light gray dot. And because our embellishments are so bold, we thought that having some of the B sides be more subtle, that would be a good thing. This one is called Night on the Town, and it's another skyline that's all blue tones, and it'll work great with a bunch of the embellishments. And you could fussy cut this out and put foam squares behind it and kind of layer the different levels of buildings and create a lot of dimension and use that as a background. This one is a peachy grid, and that's the B side. This one is called Right Signal, and these are a bunch of kind of Scandinavian florals and geometric shapes in bold colors, which are really fun. And then the B side is a kind of a geometric outline shape with a bunch of circles and squares and diamonds. It's kind of hard to see in person or on camera. I can, when I cut these, I'll give you a better up close look at each one of the patterns. So this one is called Right Up My Alley, a fun grid. And for those of you that like that grid paper that we had, was it in our April? I think it was our April kits. Could have been May, but I think it was April. I used it. Yeah, I think it was April. For those of you that like that, you could kind of use that pattern or as a guide to cut. If you cut a bunch of these squares out, you could recreate that type of a pattern using some of these pattern squares, and that would be really fun. And the B side for that one is this citrusy green stripe with a little circle and a dot on it. Just a nice kind of a geometric shape. But I love how all of the B sides are really workable for a background. So that's really fun. And this is a great background too. This one's called Rush Hour. And it has a subtle tone-on-tone diagonal stripe on the navy part here. So that's really nice. It adds just that little detail. And then this is a super fun stripe on the background, or on the B side. And then this one is called Street View, and it's a city street map. And on the B side of that one is this kind of a large chevron. And then the hometown paper, I didn't show you the B side. This is the B side of that one. So lots and lots and lots of pretty papers. I hope you guys like them. I'm super excited about them. I love that this is very different from what we've done previously. And yeah, so those are the pattern papers. Let me show you the embellishments that go with this one. It is, let's see. Okay, so let's show you what comes in the main kit. So you get a package of nested chipboard frames. And we've had a few people in our Facebook group that have had questions on some creative ways to use these. So I'm going to use some of these in my layout today. But these are really fun. They've got lots of different pattern and like details on them. So like even those that look like they might be solid have, like this one has a little like orange chevron stripe. This has the little scaled down pattern of one of our pattern papers. But I love the colorful patterns and the variety of colors in all of the frames. So those are the chipboard. You also get a package. So somebody in our Facebook group said that they had just run out of rub-ons. So ta-da, we've got rub-ons for you. And there are 2 sheets in here. One that has a bunch of buildings. This one has the city line and some borders, a bunch of words. And for those of you that have used our rub-ons, you know that the quality is excellent with them. So I'm really excited to use these. And then we've got the die cuts. And these are the shapes that you get. I know it's like, I'm kind of getting caught up in the glare from my lights. But, and they have, let me just open one of them. They have silver foiling on some of them, so, which is really fun. Not a ton, so it's not blingy necessarily, but, gosh, you know, if I could figure out, am I here? Ah, there we go. So you can see the foil. Love this city. Okay, and so there's a bunch of foil pieces throughout, and I'll be working with these. And then we've also got a package of enamel shapes. So in various colors and various shapes. So there's some arrows, some stars, some little geotags, obviously circles, and these are like little flowers kind of, so lots of different hearts, you name it. So those are a lot of fun. And so we've also got, the last one are these alphas, and they're really fun. I love the font, and I love the slant of the font. That's kind of fun. So you get 160 pieces in this set, and it includes all your alphas and punctuation and a couple of ampersands. So those are for the main kit. Then the embellishment kit, you get a package of city line die cuts, and this will allow you to build a cityscape, which I think you can see here. Okay, I know it's like caught in the light, so maybe, there we go. So you get different shapes of like a building skyline, and these can be layered on top of one another or cascaded up your page. There's a road, some arrows, a scooter, and a little taxi cab and a street sign. So and they'll work with a lot of the other items that are included in the kit. So this is really fun. And in addition to this, in our color kit, we've got a stencil that is like a sunray that will work alongside this. So yeah, so we've got that as well. I don't have that. That will be here tomorrow, I believe. So we're waiting on the arrival of the stencils, but it will work perfectly with this. And in fact, if you look on our embellishment kit image, I believe that there is an image that kind of shows how all of them can be, how this can be used. I should have printed that out, but in the embellishment kit image, it'll show some fun ways that this can be, all the items in this die cut pack can be assembled to create a fun background for your page. So you get these. You also get a set of cardstock layered foam phrases that are all, some of them are city related, but a lot of them are just kind of very generic kind of summer phrases. So explore, you know, you got everybody's outdoors a lot more in the summer, you know, hiking or what have you. So explore and wander. The perfect place could be anywhere. It could be your backyard. City vibes, enjoy this, making memories, let's go, camera. So these are really, really versatile. You also get a set of mini puffy shapes with a lot of different icons. So these little circles are really fun. They've got different colors on each one and different patterns. So those are really fun. You've got arrows, you've got some Scandinavian flowers, of course your cities and buildings and houses and trees, some geotags, and a bunch of little bits and pieces, a bicycle, a taxi, a gas pump, sneakers, a van, a stoplight, just a bunch of things. So these are great and really versatile regardless of whether you do 12 by 12 layouts or smaller type projects. If you do mini albums or traveler's notebooks or pocket life, these are perfect. And then we've got a set of vellum and cardstock tags and words. And these have all the vellum pieces have silver foiling. So you can kind of see that. It's hard. Maybe if I move my hand, that would even be better. So you can kind of see all the foiling on that. But all of the vellum pieces have foiling. The tags, like this one has little tiny foil dots. It's hard to see on camera, but anyway, they're really fun. And then the cardstock tags and phrases. So a lot of different bits and pieces, and vellum die cuts are really fun. So there's a bunch of tags and of different sizes and shapes and colors. Let's live in wonder and enjoy life. So hometown, city visit, at the park, highlights from an awesome day. So that's really fun. Great for summer. Great for travel. Great for a day in the city. Okay, so there's those. And then the last piece are these silver foil. Silver foil puffy stickers. So there's a bunch of nested circles, and these will break into individual little rings. A bicycle, a little table, and like a bistro table with an umbrella, a bridge, a globe, a bunch of arrows, a martini glass, coffee. Anyway, it'll add just another texture and a little bit of shine to your pages. So that is, those are the embellishments for our embellishment kit. And then our pocket life, I'll quickly show you the cut up cards, 6 by 8, let's just call it that. And again, these are all double-sided. So there's one of the sheets of ephemera, and there's another one. And these are the die cut or the card cut aparts, and so they're different colors on each side, so you can pick and choose what works best for you. So here's another one. The City Never Sleeps. So you've got a lot of different choices on what suits you best. Or you can use both sides depending on how you do your pages. And or you can use these as layers on your regular scrapbooking pages, and I might do some of that today. This one has like tiny little phrases, different colors. Here's another sheet with a bunch of phrases in it. What a hidden gem. Okay, this is officially our favorite place. Explore, discover this hole in the wall. Wow, we never knew what we were missing. My new favorite and best ever. We enjoyed our hometown like we were tourists. We got lost. It was hysterical. Good excuse to eat hot dogs in the park. So that's really fun. And then there's some 6x8 pattern sheets, and these are all scaled smaller for a traveler's notebook or pocket life. And they're great for greeting cards as well. So that one's like a little notebook. Lined paper, tiny little dot, and then this one is a smaller scale pattern in like we have in our main kit, but you also get that orange. So those are really fun. And I don't have the stamps for our Pocket Life kit yet, but those are coming, and we'll be here tomorrow. And then this is our cardstock add-on kit. You get 2 sheets of each color, and then they're smooth, but they have a printed texture, so they look like they're cardstock when you look at them, but the color or the texture surface of the paper is smooth. So if you do stamping or anything like that, it's great because you get the texture look, but when you stamp your image, you're going to get a really nice crisp stamped image. So you get 2 sheets of each color, and then so this one is called Koi, and then on the reverse side, you get a pattern, and this has, it's probably going to be really hard to see on camera, but it's got a diagonal stripe, and then within each one of these stripes is a very fine line through them. And so the white, and it's kind of an ombre effect, so you've got white, and then it gets slightly peachy, and then this one ends up being kind of a tone-on-tone that's very similar in color, and it just goes across the entire page. This one, it might be harder to see, but probably on some of the darker ones. So this one is called Intense, and on the B side, you get that stripe, and you might be able to see it a little better. I don't know if the camera is going to pick this up. Okay, it does a little bit. You can kind of see it there. This one's called Cheeky, and it's kind of an orangey coral. This one's called Glee, and it's kind of a citron green. This one's called Quiet, and it's a true blue. This one's called Reflection, and it's a very light gray. And then this is a minty blue called Soothe. And then this one is kind of an off-white, or a very light taupe. And this one's called True. Did I say that that one was True? No, this one's True. So those are the cardstock colors. And that's a great way to stretch your kits also. And if you order our cardstock, oftentimes the colors will coordinate with various kits. So, you know, we don't necessarily have the same exact color in each kit, but the hues of the colors will likely work in multiple kits. So you can do that. So those are the beautiful things that I have that I can share with you right now. I'm missing the stamps. And we've also got a cityscape die, but I couldn't find it. It's in a box and it hasn't been unpacked yet. So that's another thing that we've got coming. There's a stamp, like a texture stamp that's really cool. If you like mixed media and you like to kind of be able to place it where you want it, it's a single stamp, it's good size, and I think that you'll really like that as well. So without further ado, what if we get started on our layout using our sketch? I am going to start with a sheet of white cardstock, and you know, probably wouldn't be a bad idea to measure this before I cut it. All right, it's probably crooked, but oh well. Okay, so I have, where did I put them? I have some photos here. And they were stacked with my paper. Hang on one second while I find them. Okay, gotta find my photos. They're here somewhere. Oh, they all fall on the floor maybe? Okay, this is just borderline ridiculous. They've got to be here somewhere. Those go there. There they are. Knew it. Okay. So I have cut, printed and cut a bunch of, or a few 4x4, or these are 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 inch photos that I am going to use on my page. And these are based upon my grid design. I haven't stitched this, but one of the great ways to kind of create your grid is to have stitching lines, or you can do it with your machine, or you can do it with hand embroidery. So what I am going to do here, I'm going to add my stitching later, but using a pencil and a very, very light hand, I'm going to create my grids. And let's see, so I am probably going to want let's say if I have an inch, let's see if each one of my grids, so I'm going to have 9 inches. So each one of my grids are going to be about 3 inches. So I'm going to do 1.5 inches in on either side. Love it when I have to do a little creative math on the fly so that it works right. So here's 1.5 inches here and 1.5 inches here. Okay, so this is where my border is going to be, and I just want this to be really super light. And I'm doing it in pencil. I have an artist, like a artist eraser. Yeah, and see, this is where it got crooked, right? Okay, so I'm gonna do the other end because, okay. And then here, and so this is going to allow me to put a mark here because my paper isn't straight. I knew that was going to happen when I cut that border off. I knew I didn't get it straight, so of course. Okay. So now we just need to come in and do three inches here. And 3 inches here, and 3 inches here, and 3 inches here. So this is going to create our grid for us, so we know. And I'm going to leave these lines here because I'm going to use these for my stitching later on. And I'll probably do that off camera. But I'll share my finished page in our Facebook group tomorrow so that you can see the finished results. Okay, so now we've got our little grid design. Looking for my eraser, but nobody knows where that is because my office, or my craft room, if you could see it, is a disaster. Okay, so I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna use that eraser on the edge of that paper because it just smears it, but I'll do that later. Okay, so when I go to use my photos, I've got some space in each grid to add something underneath and kind of embellish it. So it's almost like you're creating almost like little mini layouts, right? So each one gets to be its own entity, kind of. So, and one of the things that I thought I would do, for those of you that have seen but have not used our stamp set from May, here it is, and I think it's going to be really fun. And I thought I would use it to help kind of mark out each one of the grids. And of course, I'm going to need a block, which I didn't grab. Okay, this one will work. Okay, and I don't want it to be pretty. I wish I had. I just want to make sure that this, whatever is on the reverse side of this, is not going to bleed onto my page or get my hand dirty, so that I get color that I don't want. Okay. Siren. So I'm just going to use this one, and I'm not even going to use ink, actually. I'm going to use some of the color from our June kits. And I'm just going to kind of spray a little water, grab a paintbrush, over here, mix this up, and mix the shimmers in with the water. And then I'm gonna make a mess. Okay, so then I'll just take my stamp, and I want to just get a bunch of ink or paint on it, and then I'm just gonna create some little squares inside each grid, and it just gives it a pop of color, right? And it doesn't, it's not meant to be perfect or pretty, but, and this is cool because this is, the shimmer is, or this paint has some shimmer to it. So I'm gonna add a little bit more there. And I'm wondering if I want all the same color, or if, actually, let's do this. I've got some green as well, and it had that citrusy, like lime green. So let's add some more of that in here. Try not to, okay, kind of wet this down a little bit. Add a little bit more yellow here. My intention wasn't that I was going to do mixed media today, but here I am. But this is a quick and easy technique, and it's, I'm going to even make it a little bit more yellowy. Probably needed to use less paint. Okay. I'm going to add a little bit more water so that it can actually get onto the stamp. And I think that that's going to be, okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm going to take my ink or paint and my stamp and load it up. And let's add some here. And here. So I'm going to put a little more here. Okay. And then I don't have the exact color of shimmers that we're using, but you know, if you could see my desk and my floor with all of my this is not shimmers, but we'll use this one anyway. This is a Lindy's Magical, and I'm going to add a little bit of water. And let's see, I've got just a palette knife here. And I'm going to add a little bit of this to it. Mixes up. And you get it. Okay. So use that. Need to grab a paper towel. I want this to be blue. Some aqua to it, so that's fine. And And for those of you that are freaking out that this is looking like a hot mess, you just have to remind yourself that when you add mixed media to your background, so much of this is going to get covered up. So, and I have one square left, and I think I'm just going to do the green here. There we go. Okay. So those are fun, right? So that is going to be the base of our page. And honestly, I wanted that blue to be a little bit of a different color, so wasn't exactly what I had in mind, but it will do. Okay, so now let me just wipe this up so that I don't get paint everywhere. These are going to need to be washed, but later. Clorox wipes come in handy for absolutely everything. Kitchens, craft rooms, bathrooms. Okay. All right, so now we just need it dry so my paper doesn't warp. Okay. So let's just set this aside and get a move on it. All right, so I think underneath a couple of, let me grab, here's our sketch, so I want to kind of keep that so you guys can keep an eye on that. I'm going to use a few of these as the backing for this might work. That might work. Okay. So what I need are some little 2.5-inch squares. Set this aside and cut these down. So you see how we're just going to have a little bit. And these, I might cut it down even. Because I want a little bit more of that to show. And not every one. This is like that. And I think I might use that, but I'm going to move these aside. And I think let's grab our pattern papers and let's find some things that will work. On my background, don't use that. This could work, depending. This could work. This could work. This one could work. This one could work. This one also. So I'm just kind of trying to find some patterns that will work on the background. Kind of bring out some color, but will also allow me to add a bunch of colorful embellishments on top. So, let's start with this one. Take this and just do a little under 2.5. Actually, I'm going to do then we can cut these just a little under 2.5. Under 2.5, because I want to have a little bit of color left over. And these, I don't want to color, or I don't want to cover that whole area with white. And so I think we can use these in a different pattern. Let's grab a couple of these. Can I just like make any sense of what I'm doing at all? I can't. Okay. And then I'm going to do that one, but I think I will do, I'm going to do the orange. So the pictures that I'm using are of two of my daughters on separate trips that they took, but our youngest daughter went to Amsterdam in April, and then our oldest daughter took a trip to New York City and Cape Cod and Boston. And so I thought that their photos would be perfect for this kit. Because they're our jet setters. Okay, so just kind of trying to pull a few little grids, squares to fill in our grid. Okay. Whether or not I choose to use a little bit more. Okay. So with these, you'll see that I just have a little tiny bit of color that is left over. I'm going to put these black and white ones. I'm going to put them on the inside because I want that interest on the outer edge. So if, for instance, if I put my photo there, I've just got a little bit. And if I need more color underneath, I can use a paintbrush to add that. But, and then I'm going to put the orange. Gosh, do I want, maybe I want my green on top of there. My blue on top of the green. And it looks like I need another one of each of these. Okay, so here we go. You know, usually I'm like willy-nilly with cutting paper or whatever. I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna eyeball it. But for this, you gotta just be a little bit more careful and precise. So how many of you guys have done grid designs in the past? And what's your method for doing something like this? Let's see, that's two, just, there we go. Ah, okay, nice. Orange, and then we need the blue. This is a lot faster. Okay, so now the better parts. Okay, so now we just need to figure out how we're gonna lay this out. So I'm gonna put the green ones over the blue. I'm gonna put the blue over the lime green and the orange over the yellow. And then I am going to use some foam to back each one of these. So, and like I've said a million times, I use fun foam from Michaels as my foam squares, and works perfectly. It's cheap, and I say spend money on the stuff that you see, not that you don't see. That's just my thought, but, and I don't want to have the adhesive too close to the edge of any of these because I want to be able to slip stuff underneath. So, and I can add something after if I need to give it more support. But I'm pretty much just going to put something in the middle and do it that way. Okay, so there. And the nice thing with this, like for instance, if you're using, like you want to do something that has like a crazy pattern that's maybe wavy or something like that, that is kind of intricate, you can use, if you cut this stuff in really like thin strips, you can just kind of mold and maneuver it so that it it can go around and the edge, rather than having to cut a million or use a million little tiny squares. So that's another reason why I like this stuff. Whoops, don't want that side. Want it there. Okay. Trying to keep my space clean, which never happens. You'll see as I go on, it's going to be a hot mess. Okay. So now I'm just going to add some liquid adhesive to the center of each one of these. These are all in this, kind of in the center. There's one that's kind of, I think I need to adjust slightly, but this one's not quite in the center, so okay. And I'm just going to work from the center here. So this one is going in the center, and since I have my pencil lines here, I know where I need to place this so that it's kind of centered-ish. And then I can use my T-square off of this to kind of place the rest so that they're square. And then I just kind of do this line. Oh shoot, I did the wrong side on this one. I knew it. No problem. All right, so there's that. Am I getting, you're getting my head. Okay. There. Okay. And so these, I'm just gonna eyeball now. So we have space in between each one to add details or another one. But I like how the stamping just kind of brings attention to each one of the little grid areas. So, and here. So there. Oh, my laptop turned off. You know, I wish that You could just do this. Everybody could chat and not type and read, and it makes it, would make it so much more personal. Okay, so there we go. And I think that I'll use a couple of our frames, but I want to figure out where I'm putting my photos, on which I should have 4. There's the 4th one. Story of my life. Where did the, here it is. So because she's looking towards the right, I want to have her on the left part of the page. And I'm going to run my title, I think, across here. In fact, since I'm doing that, we'll figure that out. Kind of feeling like I only want 3 photos on this. Here, maybe put this one here, and this one here maybe. Okay. So that's where my photos are gonna go. And I'm thinking that, where did my frames go? So I have this idea. Is this all? It's not completely glued down. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this under here. I'm going to add this back. Actually, maybe I'm not going to use that. I might put that frame there, put my photo here, and lay my photo over the top. Yep. Gotta roll with it. Okay, so that can go there. So I'm going to use some frames. I might use frames with each one of the photos because that will be kind of different. Okay, so there's that one. And this one was going to be blue anyway. So let's use this blue frame here. And we'll pop that down. And then we'll just use my phone and put it behind the photo and add adhesive here. And we'll pop our photo down here. And so my photos are 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. Because I wanted my grid to be 3 by 3 because I wanted some white space on the outside. And then here, let's see, we'll remove that. And let's have my phone. Save these squares. I'm sure I'll use them on something. Maybe not this, but something eventually. I think we should do a mini book. I have travel photos from various places that I've been, and that would be kind of fun. Okay, so there we go. A little bit different than what I had planned originally with my sketch, but like I said, the sketch is just kind of a jumping off point. I really wanted to use this piece, but I'm thinking that having it smack in the middle is too obvious, and I think it just looks out of place. But I am going to put some circular elements on this. Okay, so there's that. Let's go on and look at the, if I decide that I want to add another photo, I will, but I'm pretty sure that I just want, yeah, I just want the 3. Okay, so these are the ephemera bits, and we're looking at them together for the first time. I haven't even opened these yet because they literally arrived on late Friday. Okay, so this could be fun. I'm just going to make a backpack, probably not, but I do like these little guys. This would work. Not sure on the red pieces, but this, am I in the arrow? And some of these, so many of them have little silver details on them, and they're just tiny. These are little clouds and kind of a bush, little tiny arrow. This might be kind of fun, actually. I might use that. Got this here. Bicycle. Taxi. Let's go here. Little sneakers. So these actually might work. Some of these smaller things may actually work as part of my title, some of these little phrases, but the little flower, museum, going places, a playground, love my hometown, can't get enough, some more little trees, an arrow. Gosh, there's so many things. Let's go here. Shopping. A camera. Hustle and bustle, getting from place to place. What a day. Follow the signs. This one's a little street light. a skateboard. Where to next? This one says, so many places to enjoy, so little time. Something new. Here's a little wallet, a phone. The clouds ate this. Worth every dollar. Always on the go. Another arrow. Holy moly, you guys. I don't even know what to choose. So good. Okay, so these are all options. So I'm going to kind of set the little phrases together. And anything that's a little larger. Here, the arrows. Here, the little flowers. And then any of the little icons we'll put over here. Oops. Love that little bicycle. And I love that it's green. Okay. This can be some arrows, trees, and then these guys are another arrow, and then this. So we're going to kind of put these aside, and then I'll figure out what I'm going to put where in a few minutes. Okay. So those are some. Here's these. I think having a little wonder. I love the little silver accents, but I'm wondering if I was to take one and put it there, and another, and put it, I need it to just kind of drop it down and then stick it down. It's not perfect, but you know what, it's okay. Nah, not that one. Don't want too many. Okay, so I'm going to keep these out because I'm definitely going to use some of these. And then for my title, let's try there. I thought about doing Explore, but I think it's too big, and I like having that navy, there. And the little camera might work also, so I'm gonna set that there, and set that. possibly that. Okay, so put those aside. And then grab some more silver bits in here. And some more phrases. But I might be able to use some silver, layer some silver bits. So let's see what I've got here. Might be able to layer this over here at the park, hometown. And I only want one. This might be nice to add a little bit of red. And here's something to add some navy. Here's a little silver. Okay. So these, I wonder if I added that behind there. Here's a backpack, a camera. Good times. Maybe that. Okay, so those are a few things that might work. This is kind of how I go about choosing what I'm going to use. You know, if I'd thought about it, that city scape piece would have looked kind of cool going across here, but I didn't think through that thoroughly enough. Okay, so wonder. Wonder what this looks like if I kind of, no, don't like that. Okay, I think these need to come after. Okay, so I'm thinking what I might do here is pull these aside. And move that. So I think I need my scissors, and I'm going to shorten this. I think I might layer it. Okay. Add just a little bit of glue. Put this. You know, that's not straight at all, and that's going to bother me. Of course. So this is going to give a little bit of color behind this. Okay, I'm going to lift it just. Okay. So there's that. And I just put a little bit of glue in the center. And I'm kind of feeling like here, I want a tag to balance the top one. So I'm going to throw this in here. Drop this down towards the bottom. Okay. And then I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive on the edge of this. So that okay. And then this piece will go in here. However, I think I want this down a little further. And I get a little nitpicky. I'm famous for doing things and tearing them apart. But when I have to do things live like this, it does make me commit a little better. Okay, so there's that. We've got a couple photos. We have this. Add a little bit more glue back here because it's not. Sometimes things don't like to stick to paint. And then I wonder. Okay, so I'm thinking I kind of like the vellum city line going across there because it adds some more silver. And then the one, okay, so for this, I know for sure that I want to do this, but I need to make sure that I have this placed in the right place so that when I place my title, I don't lose. Okay. Oh, here comes Bob. He's probably coming to tell me that I've been really long-winded and I've been going forever. Okay. There's that. Let's go there. I don't think I want that much text, but I would like to have something a little orange down there. Um, okay. And then, I don't know if I want, I might put that there. And then, have I been going forever? Let's see, what time is it? Ah, an hour and 45 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna give us about 10 or 15 minutes, see if I can wrap this up. And if I don't, then I will finish it up and do the, share the finished layout in our Facebook group like I always do. So, I put that there. I guess it goes this way, which totally works. And then, so fun. This is such a different kit. And okay, there. I don't want to have everything have text on it, so okay, I'm going to scoot that over just a bit. I think I need, okay, and then this one. Have a little red on that row. I'd really like to have this bicycle somewhere, but I don't want it on the green, so maybe it goes here. And this needs some navy. A camera. Saw this, kind of throw that in there. I might not end up adding the stitching actually, because I'm feeling like that might be more than what's needed. Okay. Okay. Do I want, I don't think I want that, but maybe. think if I'm going to ruin my picture, I think if oh, maybe not. Okay, I might kind of, I think it needs some orange, but where's my scissors? Don't like the way that that turned out, so not that. Need something orange, which and these are perfect size. I did like that there, so I'm going to leave it. Maybe some navy right here. Yep. I think there, and then maybe this. And here. I'm going to use my, because I might tweak these a little bit. So put this here, add this on top of it. And I wonder if I want to drop that down just slightly and then put this here. I'm going to do a little bit of stitching, so I'm not going to glue these down with my liquid glue yet, because I might have to move them a bit so that I can get my sewing machine around them. But this kind of gives you a finished. I think that there were some others that had, actually, I wonder if, yeah, I think I'm going to use that. I'm going to cut this off so it doesn't stick out so far, and this will add some green here. And then I think this one needs something red, and so it might use that. And where's the little, there's the little purse. Put this, and then there was a little I just need something. Not sure exactly how that's going to work, but oh, here, we'll do this. City vibes, then that's not so big. And want that. Actually, I think rather than this, hopefully I'm not going to peel off my paper. I'm always really careful about gluing directly or pushing anything down so that it can't be moved until I'm 100% sure that that's where I want it to end up. But I know I do want this bicycle. And I think I'm going to make it that's green. I wonder if I want nope, not that. Okay, friends, I think that I'm going to finish this up and post it on our Facebook page, but at least you get kind of a good idea of, here's a sketch, and this is kind of where I jumped off from, and I think it turned out really cute. And I'm in love with our June kits, and I hope you are too. So these are going to start shipping tomorrow, and they'll probably take us about a week to get through all of the orders and get them sent out. So after tomorrow, you can start stocking your postman, or at least start stocking your email for your shipping notification. And once you receive that, then start stocking that postman. Because these kits are fabulous. If you haven't ordered yours yet, make sure you do. Head over to our website at www.hipkitclub.net and place your order, because you don't want to miss out on this one. This one's so cool. And our design team will start sharing projects created with these kits within the next couple of weeks, so you can stay tuned for that. If you haven't already joined our Facebook group, be sure to do that. That way you'll be able to see my finished layout. And if you decide to take the leap and create a layout using this sketch, you can share your layout in the thread that I create with my page in our Facebook group. It's kind of, we love seeing what other people do based on the projects that we create, whether it's a sketch like this or whether you're inspired by one of our design team layouts and decide to lift their page. We would love to see all of the things that you're creating. So I hope you've had a scrappy weekend and that you've enjoyed getting a little creative with me today. And I will see you again next week. Oh, don't forget to give my video a like. And if you haven't already, subscribe and hit that notification bell. It really helps our channel. So thanks for joining me, and I will see you next week.